Hi, 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 hi. Right, this cult right here. That's why I started talking about other stuff. Because when you see youngsters like this, who is taken in by a whole ideal of what they think is wokeness, consciousness, whatever, and this young lady, she's so brainwashed, it's unreal. It's very sad. I mean, I've seen videos of her where her face was looking really bad. She looked like she was more in tears because, I mean, Nature Boy is in right, he's in jail, as you know, right? So like everybody else, I'm waiting to hear when the big thing hits him, basically. So I mean, because there's other things to talk about, really, but these people just never seem to give up because the misinformation they give to people is unreal. I mean, the other day somebody put up him where they did a recording, like a live, and they did like a little shrine picture of him, and he was there talking and stuff. And then at the end, they said "Assalamu alaikum." I said, "Rotted." I said, "You know what? Right? If we as a people is really about that life, really about certain stuff, these people will not be able to inveigle young people to such an extent that they are lost in the source. Now, I'm gonna show you a live what she did. I mean, I'm not giving her no promotion. I don't give them promotion anyway, right? Because this young lady, when she first came to Carbonation, she was so vibrant in herself, so vibrant. She had one of those lights that that she's gonna be greater than what she is or who she is right now, right? She lost a whole baby while being around the tribe, because the whole idea of being part of a tribe is when you're part of a tribe, right? We all are accountable for everybody that's in our presence, that's around us, and everything, right? She lost her whole baby. No one knows what happened to the baby. Everybody has theories, or I feel that Solar kind of told a little bit about what happened, but even he is holding back. Even he's saying he's not part of the Carbonats, the Carbonation crew, or whatever. But then even he sometimes, the words that come out of his mouth, you can hear that he is still submitted to a man who has no love for him or whatever. I mean, one of them said in a interview, it's a father figure thing. Most of the people that was in his presence or around him had wholesome families, but because they was told that their families are attachments and all this stuff, they left their whole families and stuff like that to pursue wokeness, I feel, or however people term it. Consciousness is a bit more bigger than that. It's about a whole. It's a whole. You right, because like you learn to eat, you learn information, then you learn to eat, then you learn to do I would say ritual stuff. You learn to incorporate. You learn, like, if you want to be a homeschooler, you homeschool your children. There's lots of stuff that consciousness is incorporate. Consciousness, like, many people have died so that the conscious community can be where it's at now. Fred Hamilton, Malcolm X, you name it. There's been a lot of, I mean, people don't like to talk about ancestors, but there's been a lot of people who passed for a lot of things to happen. And when these people come up and they talk the most rubbish, like you shouldn't read, you shouldn't work. Hell no. Your parents worked and slaved for you and stuff like that. You have to work, you have to get out there and work, earn money, try to get some kind of what you call it, status, and all that. These people preach against it, which is really sad. Now, this young lady that I'm going to show now, when Zoca, like I said, when Zoca first reached the tribe, she was the most, I'll say, liveliest one out of the lot. She brought new blood to their thing, to their whatever it is, tribe, whatever, community, right? But then he sucked the life out of her. He sucked the living life out of her. Her eczema flared up, all sorts of stuff flared up. Like, you know what I mean? And it's quite sad when I see these women still so-called proclaiming the kingdom, but not going back to their families. Like, she has family, and I think they were saying that she has a mental health problem as well. Yeah. So, like I said, the other day he did a whole speech thing, and she was the one that was doing the recording at the back, and you hear her say, "Oh, should I turn on the music or whatever, whatever, whatever." He was doing a call from the jail. He did a call from the jail, and you can hear Zoca. Hold on a minute. Interruption. But anyway, this young lady gave up her whole life and her whole everything, right? Because at first she came over for one of the members, and then she ended up being his wife. And now she's on here chatting the most and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm gonna show the video that I got of the live. I'm not gonna do nothing to it. I'm just gonna put it up pure soft because
peace to all the goddesses out here on Chance and Opportunity, the chosen ones, the ones that's pushing 3, the ones that won't stop, the ones that don't quit, the ones that keep enduring. Shout out to you.
You're enduring because you have nowhere to go. You lot are homeless or homeless. No, actually, in fact, when I look at the pictures, you lot are still in the same place where he left you last, because True seems to be keeping the money flowing. Someone's keeping the rent up or something. Okay, so I don't think you lot have been evicted from where you are. So I don't know what's that got to do with anything. It's not like you lot are doing anything that is helping yourself. You lot are young people wasting life. But anyway, let her just go on.
Peace reflection. All praises due to the Most High Legio Bishop, 3 God, Nature Boy. Yeah, him. For giving me this knowledge, enlightening me, allowing me to go on this journey and become my best version of myself. Praises due to the Most High, 3 God. For today, we're going to start off with a cult. We're constantly being called the cult, and Eligio's being called a cult member or a cult leader. I'm supposed to be the cult member. A cult. What is a cult? A cult is a group of people.
Nature Boy said that how he is a cult. He said it on a few videos. He's never not hidden, whatever. I mean, the only time he said he wasn't a cult was when he was somewhere. I can't even remember. But he said it. Even when he was in Atlanta, he said it. And it's quite obvious there is something going on with you guys anyway, because being that you lot are in that cul-de-sac, right, the people realize there was something off with you, especially because people's getting beaten and all sorts of stuff in that cul-de-sac. So now you're trying to say that, how right, you are not a cult. You cannot come with all these rhyming words and playing with words and buzzing words and words full of whatever etymology. The ones who truly do deal with the words etymology and stuff like that, you lot is only just there in the same spot. You haven't evolved. You lot could have left the house while this man has been locked up. He's actually turning to Warren Jeffs right now, where he's calling from there every single minute. I might play O'Neill's one to prove my point, because you lot are a cult, and he is a cult leader, and you are a cult member.
People that believes in the same thing. Okay, so we can say that America is the best cult, and the greatest cults of all time is America. and you are a battery for America. So good job. You're a member of the greatest cult. Applause for you.
You see the fuckeries with this now, right? They will do all this and then they want to ask you lot for your money. And the stupid people will go and give these people their money, right? You see how they insult you? And you lot, whoever is the so-called supporters will go give these people your money. Do not give them your money. Do not cash at them, because they would take your money and spit in your face. I think this has been said many times. I think I said this many times. I feel like I'm repeating myself, because people will ride the so-called woke consciousness scam people. This set of people is one of them, okay? Where they would ride the shirt tail or the skirt tail, get the money, the dollars out of people, and then they will spit on you. You will not see nothing from them. The only reason why Nature Boy had to produce a book was because he's got to pay for the lawyer. He's got to pay for a lawyer to help him out, because he's been trying to move you girls out from underneath between his backside from long time, right? And you lot never moved. He insulted you. He put you in a corner. He made you slap Malia, right? That, right? A tribe is a bit more than that. I'm sure if I looked up the definition of a tribe is a lot more than that. And you lot are not of that yoke. You lot just you use the word, well, buzzwords and stuff like that. But anyway, of course, I've been there, done that with a few of my lives with other people. So I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm going to let this play out. And please tell me, this child is really very, very, very gone. She's in her early 20s, mind you. Early 20s, mid 20s. Had a whole baby, lost the whole baby. Went through the most in this carbonation. Nature Boy put her through the most because he wanted her so badly. He made her drink tea or did something to the baby, sold the baby. We don't even know. To this day, we don't know what happened to that child. To this day, right? Sola will be wherever, and she'll be his sex slave or whatever you want to put her it as. He'll just use her up and then he'll just throw her one-sided. So to me, it's really sad how people don't educate or I don't know. There's loads of books on loads of stuff. Sheikh Anti Diop, there's to name one, and he's one of the oldest scholars of all times. There's loads of books. You can educate yourself. You don't necessarily have to sit amongst you don't have to follow a leadership for you to know information. This is where people get it wrong. People think that they got to sit underneath somebody to know information. The only thing good about being in an organization is that it shows you certain disciplines and certain how to conduct yourself and how to deal with certain stuff, right? Your organization is a place where it's like family, okay? Like I said, I was part of Nation of Islam. Hi, Soul Armor. I was part of Nation of Islam and Rasta. I've always said that, all right? I didn't get to be part of the Yorks, thankfully, but when you are part of a tribe, it's a whole different thing. People check on you. People will like family because they come like the extended family. They are the ones that if you are doing stupidness, whatever, they will pull you up. They will teach you because you have to have a mentor so you can forward in life. But Nature Boy wasn't even doing that for you. And what's so interesting about this whole scenario is because you lot feel that you lot gotta be constantly coming on IG. He told, actually, in fact, I reckon, okay, this is what I think happened, right? When he spoke to you in the jail the last time, he told you lot to do your downloads, because this is what they so-called call a download, okay? And I feel that's why you're here now begging again. Because the last time we saw you, you was breaking down in tears. You was in tears on the live. I mean, I didn't put it up. I could have put it up. But I think people get mixed up because they think I'm promoting you guys ISIS, and I'm not. And I just very, I just don't feel that you lot are good for the community on a whole, because mental health is real. These children, these young ladies, children, because they're children to me. They're children. They could be one of my children. Are full of mental health. The mental health in carbonation is high. If not mental health, pedophilia is amongst the tribe. Okay? Where when they're talking about their confessions or what they done before they joined the tribe, it'll be about all that. Now, to me, from what I know, and I've been around many different sides of the conscious community, I've been out of it more than in it. But what I can remember of the conscious community, the sisterhood was very strong. It's not a fake. Okay, there is some fake sisterhoods and there is some real ones, but they are the ones that you will never see online. They're the ones you will never hear about. They're the ones that you'll never see. They'll be doing work and you never hear about them. Like how I had to project the one called Stella yesterday. I had to project her. I don't think a lot of people know about her, the work that she does. Now, you, on the other hand, you lot don't even do that. Now, okay? So I'm going to play her again.
But the white supremacy mindset of the white man that black people have adopted, you're living in a lie. You're living in a matrix that takes everything from nature and makes this artificial world where you can drive your little fancy cars that uses oil from the earth, where you could use Wi-Fi in your house and your cell phones that takes melanin from the earth, that's using electric batteries from the earth. Oh, it takes purified, pure water.
But you're using Wi-Fi as well. So what does that say about you? And when people who work, so you're trying to say that people shouldn't work and earn their money. They should just sit there and let the universe help them, or let whatever help them. You have to be able to have some kind of money coming in this climate, particularly where the cost of living is going up, and I'm sure in America it's up as well. You have to have money. You have to be able to get around, because not all of us wants to use the train or the buses. And you think that is wrong because you don't want to do it. You don't want to work. You don't want to do certain stuff. And it's quite, like I said, once again, it's sad. It just comes down to these lame people coming up and speaking the most, looking up to a man who was brought up in suburbia. Eligio Bishop was brought up in suburbia. He was making it like he came from the thug life. He was making up a whole heap of story. He stole somebody's story who was in prison and turned it into his story. And that's why you lot think the way you think and do the things you do. And he's still reaching your mind because you lot are brainwashed. So how are you not a cult? How are you not a cult? You're a cult. That's what you are. You're a cult. She's trying to say that how they're not a cult. My goodness. But anyway, let's listen to the BS.
That's running through the rivers and valleys, and then puts chemicals in it to make sure you stay asleep and you decalcify your pineal gland.
But yet still not Nature Boy was shitting on the side of stuff and going all over the place, putting his dirty body inside of certain stuff. He didn't even go to proper lakes or proper places. He didn't even have no idea of spaces and all that. Even when he was in America, there, where he is in jail right now, he was going to the water and he was washing his body in it. So if the water was that bad, why was you lot going down to the lake and washing your body? I'll wait, as Fundi say and everybody. I'll wait.
Good job to the American corporation for killing millions of people with made up vaccines, with made up pills that say it's going to help you and heal you. But in reality, it's just making you more and more sick. Good.
And yet still, when he got an abscess, what did he do? Did he not go to the same medical people and go and get the and go and get medicine for his abscess. Or when he was ill, when they thought he had, you know what, right? Then they still went and got something to help him so he can be okay. See, contradictions galore, man. Contradictions.
Job for giving people high blood pressure and diabetes by the food that you give them, but genetically modified food. Yeah, did you know that corn fructose syrup? Yeah, it tears the lining in your liver.
Yeah, you was eating that all the time. You lot was eating corn syrup and all that stuff. You lot weren't eating nothing organic, right? That you say is organic, right? You're giving all this lecture, and you lot are eating. You lot eat worse than the ones out one that, well, I could say possibly us, innit? Because you lot just make out to be this whatever. Now there is a close-up picture of this girl looking all spotty and stuff. Because mind you, she have loads of spots on her face. She has swollen eyes because they still get up and eat that solo noon. I'm supposing, I'm thinking. Right, that's why she's not close to the camera right now, right? So this is all an illusion. She sat in a park where the sun will shine on her face. So it's again the illusion that she is very healthy and very with it and all that, which she is not. But you will put on this illusion so other youngsters will feed into this. But I'm sure there's loads of contradictions in this whole live. I'm sure. Why I'm just gonna let it play because to upload it onto this thing is a whole nother thing. I will be cutting out parts all through this. But anyways, let her just carry on ranting about nothing.
So I just want you to know that the cult that you're in, it actually killed more than 1 million people. And still is. Good job to the army, right? The army that protects and serves us, but still kills innocent children and families in different countries just to get their oil and their gas. And you call us a cult. When originally, when they got their information from the black family, the black man and black woman and black child, they saw that that family, they call it, is a white supremacy name, but originally it was called a tribe. I'm so thankful for this knowledge that my husband, Three God, has given me. The master teacher, my Messiah. They said that families, they made it families, right? But originally in our ancient times, we called it tribes. A group of people with the same mindset was a tribe. People that did things with ritual was a tribe. People that had certain beliefs and knowledge was a tribe. People that did things in a certain way, ate in a certain way, sat in a certain way, dressed in a certain way, was a tribe. But now we label things as a cult because we had 3, 4 white people, white men that were cult leaders, and y'all want to call the black man a cult. The black man can never be a cult. The black man is chief, and his name is Eligio. And he have a chiefess, which is Malia. So understand that this is a dynamic that is very much ancient and foreign to you because you have never seen it before. But don't label it as a cult because we are not the same as the people that lack melanin. We are much supreme beings that's being awakened.
Hi everybody, hi everybody, hi everybody. Hi Professor X. So I'm Shuri and Chris. Now you see the fuckeries of this whole thing with this young lady. She's quick to tell you about military and all that stuff, right? Nature Boy was living off of people's military check, right? He himself was a failed, right? I think he went into military or something, and then he couldn't take it, or he ran, or he went AWOL or something like that. But quite a few of the military checks was going to carbonation, right, at the time. And there's probably still one going to carbonation now. Now, this child right here is chatting, right? Most of the information that she's chatting right? He has fed them for a long time. So, oh, hi, let me see your transcript. So basically, it's like she is downing on the people who is knowing of this, and she's trying to say that they are not a cult when we all know they are a cult. Okay. Now, if I was to find videos of this child, which I'm trying not to go pull up videos of this child, finding out she's pregnant with Solar's baby for one, finding out when the baby was lost, which we still don't know what happened to the baby. To this day, we don't know what happened to the baby. Okay. But she is prepared to defend for this man who don't even care about her. He don't even care. Right now, he's in prison, getting looked after. He's eating 3 meals a day, or was it 4 meals a day? He did a live from the prison, saying the most about whatever. And people. I know people are very much go by how people look nowadays, right? So obviously, when they see an attractive face chatting, right, they would listen. And she and I think Malia and Efaru, I think Efaru's not with them, but Aya is still around, possibly, right? So she's chatting all this stuff, but even they don't live by it. They don't live by it. They may look the part. They may wear the beads or all that stuff. They may look like they're part of nature and all this stuff and all that stuff. But they're mostly begging. Like right now, this right here is a dry beg and they're shitting on people right now. So we're going to listen to more of the BS. For those who knows about these people, as she's talking, put in the comments your thoughts on what she's saying. And those who don't know, well, I've done other videos on her and the so-called sister wives, and they ain't really sister wives, they're right, the sex buddies. They are a gay cult, you can say. They're a gay cult. Or what's it? LGBT, I can't remember the word. Cult. All right, they're part of that. But they're coming over like they're saying something. And because like he's probably told them to watch a lot of that lady, something Ali, or I can't remember the lady who talks about relationships and stuff like that. So what they're doing, right? I mean, fair enough, right? We all do it, right? We learn something and then we say it. But in their case, they never spoke like this, never. Okay, never. Right. So I'm gonna let her play. I'm gonna let her play, and you lot put in the comments what you think.
From the sun directly every single day. So they changed the name from tribes to families. They changed the name. When we had tribes, we used to have villages, right? So they changed the name of villages, and the people around us that had the same mindset, did the same exact thing, had the same exact belief systems, wanted to live exactly the same way. This was a village. And they changed this name of village into cities. And next that we have is a state.
She in a park somewhere talking, and someone's cutting grass. And then you see how she looked at the minute. But it's a park. It's a park she's in. A public space where people are, and she's chatting all this. Yeah, it's true. I don't know any LGBT whatever people who want to clean carbonation muscle. I don't know them neither.
But originally this state was called a colony. Different tribes in different areas. A colony. And then they called a country, which was originally called a nation. A nation of people under a belief system that we are gods. Y'all would go back to this as ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt was a dynasty, was a nation. It wasn't a country. It wasn't a state. It was a tribe. a royal family. They got king and queen when it was chief and chiefess. Chief Eligio, chieftess Malia. I am a warrior goddess. I'm here to protect my king and my queen. So you would call it. I call them my chief and my chieftess. So we are going back in time, which is originally in the present moment, right here and right now. You must leave the age of ignorance. You must leave the age of lies, of living in an artificial world that takes everything from nature. Your house is made from wood, but you don't give no homage to the tree outside that's giving you oxygen every day. You walk by and ignore God.
Nor do you. You don't give homage to the tree neither. So what are you talking about?
You don't give no praise and honor to the ocean that's giving you oxygen every day. Thankful for the wind, thankful for the sun that's even giving life to everything on this earth. But no, you do not give attention to that. Because why? Because in the system that you live in, the matrix and the fake world that you live in, values money more than people. When back in ancient times we valued people. In our tribes we valued each other. We looked towards what could we do to make our people stronger.
You lot value the people in your tribe, and the man shit on you so much. He shit on you. He shit on you so much. And you're saying he value you. He just wanted your vagina. That's all he was interested in. The man was a sex deviant. So after you went from history, now you're saying that how you lot looked after each other. Huh. Stupid woman. Stupid.
More united. If there was an outsider, we looked at that outsider like, what are you coming to do? You're not one of us. Most of the time, these were lack of melanated people. The white man. Colonizers. They went into colonies and wiped everything away and brought Christians.
But you and the carbonation lot was dealing with the Bible at one point, weren't you? I mean, in every chance you throw in the Bible's little verses, don't you? So if you are of consciousness, right, maybe maybe in most cases the Bible is normally turned on its head. But the Bible is written by King James. Well, was it written by King James? And William Shakespeare wrote it for him because he wanted to change so he can marry one of the wives or something. I can't remember the history. I used to know all this before. So you talking about whatever, I'm referring to the Bible, but your whatever, chief, whatever, thief, he was using the Bible. So, boys.
Christianity there. Brought that God is in the sky and can save you from this place. But originally the black man and black woman and black child were God. Because that is the original atom. The proton, the electron, which births life. Because in the middle of nothingness is existence and nothing. We are both these things. I am you and you are me. We are just on.
No, but the Bible was written by someone else, really. It was candid by someone else. It's not because it was started with Hebrew writing, or I can't remember exactly how it goes anyway. It's been a long time. I used to know all this shit. I don't remember most of it. But what she's saying is really contradictory to the fact because he did use the Bible in loads of few times. He came across some Yahweh people, I think, and they were spitting Bible, and he knew Bible verses because he was brought up by Christian people, and that's why he did put in the Bible into the cult. So what she's saying, I feel like she's cussing people who reads the Bible, but the cult was dealing with the Bible before.
Different frequencies. Some can hear what I'm saying, some can't hear what I'm saying because I'm just you on a different frequency. Your DNA has been damaged to the point where you cannot hear divine Christ consciousness coming to bring and stream and to awaken you into who you really are. We are not a cult. We are a tribe. Y'all have my chief in prison. Why? Because he's a chief and he knows who he is. If you were to know who you was, you would say, oh, all praise is due to that chief. All praise is due to that chiefess. But we have self-hatred within us. There's a deep self-hatred rooted deeply within us, women.
Self-hatred because people kept calling him out for what he was doing and what he's been doing and what he'd been doing and what he'd been saying and what he I can't even get my words over. What he was doing, what he'd been doing until he got caught that time. So you're saying that how people hate your tribe and all this stuff. This where the people's been putting in from 2015, early 2015 and stuff like that. He did a lot of bad things. And what happened is the bad things have come to get him. Well, you're still right. You're saying that how you're not in a cult. You're part of a cult. Yes, Chris, they're part of a cult. She said Christ. She was in a cult. Exactly.
Because we cannot see the greatness in each other. We rather tear each other down, look at the flaws, look at what we're not doing, rather than being a solution and an aid to help one another. We're supposed to be a one family, one tribe, Black people. But we've allowed the white man and the Willie Lynch syndrome to...
These people only talk about these stuff because he even used the Willie Lynch on the ladies, on the women, right? Right? We all know what the Willie Lynch letter was about. We know. He used the Willie Lynch to say that the women was not letting the men be themselves and all this stuff. When we know it was put there to break the slave. You know? It's just like, you know, you can't say one thing and then come back with something else. You're contradicting yourself. See, if you was reading now, right, you'll be more knowledgeable without saying, oh, yeah, right, we know the knowledge. Their stuff is written. You can get books. Like I said, Sheikh Anti Diop, John Henry Clark, I forgot half of them. Professor Small, Layla Africa dealt with the dietary, How to Live to Eat, Nation of Islam, Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, the statements of Marcus Messiah Garvey, and I'm sure there's others. I can't even think off the top of my head. Hi, Blu-ray. Right? It's just so sad. These women have no knowledge of self. Knowledge of self becomes a lot more deeper than that than just saying it. Knowledge of self is knowing that, I mean, and I'm not perfect by no means. So I'm not saying that right, fair enough, right. Once you get knowledge of self, you're so grounded in whatever you believe. Whatever you believe, it takes time. You search and search and search and search till you find that middle ground, till you become that. They just didn't. They wanted the shortcut to consciousness. Pardon me. They wanted the shortcut to consciousness. They found carbonation. So, but you're still right. You're trying to say that how right. Fair enough, right? Yes. Black people, yes, we have an issue with each other. We do, right? But when the ones who find themselves a certain way, certain place, they raise up, maybe leave the others behind. That's how it normally goes. I think that's how it is with most things. So, you know, so she's just oh, she still have a better grasp of history than Sorry, poor Zoca needs to stop and get yes, she does. She needs mental health. The father said when the father, the uncle did a interview with World News. He said she's got some kind of schizophrenia, some kind of something going on with her. So she's one of them that if she doesn't something, like she can snap. So it's like right? She came there so young. He was able to mold her. You know, when you're young, people can mold you into whatever they want you to be, innit? So this is the situation that's happened with her. But they have never read a book. I've read How to Eat to Live. I've read the MGT pamphlet. There's an MGT pamphlet that they used to give to the members. They tell you about being a virtuous woman. Um, I've read Baba Kalade. He talks about orishas and stuff like that. You have to read information so you can know what you're getting yourself into. Even though I'm part of the look at me side of stuff, right? Or slash Nigerian side, right? You still have to have some kind of knowledge or certain stuff, because when you are talking to like-minded people in a room, you have to be able to give some kind of knowledge that you've learned something, that you know of something or whatever. I don't always talk about knowledge on here because because I was more looking at the esoteric side of things, because at one point, so I learned about it. And because I was a massage therapist, you have to learn about it. You have to learn about meridians. You have to learn about um pressure, how much pressure you put on people. You have to learn about the contractions, what it does to the body, everything. Even herbalists, nutritionists. Layla Africa was a nutritionist as well. Layla Africa died and left his legacy. Nature Boy had no legacy. All he's left is this death behind him. And he said he sacrificed children to be where he is. Being one of her child might even be in that stuff, but she still bats for him. It's like, when do you come to a realization that this is not enough for me? And even at one point, I would say mental health people do actually come to that spot where they come and they say, okay, that's enough now. They cut it off. When is it? When is enough is enough? When is enough is enough? Like I spoke about relationships, good and bad relationships, abusive mothers. If the daughter grows up, she says, no, what, I'm going to change that. I'm going to just change it. They change the whole thing, the whole cycle. These guys continuously have generational curses. I need to do a build on generational curses because I'm sure I'm going to enjoy reading about that shit. But it's like, you're talking about woke information, so-called woke information, right? Right? When you're talking about civilization, Egyptians, whether it be Egyptian, whether it be Africa, whether it be, I can't remember, because there's a few places that you can center on. You know what I mean? So for this child to come on here and say she's educating about this and we are not a cult, she is not selling it very well. The man blatantly said he's a cult. He blatantly said it on video, on camera. I don't know who's got it. Hi, Chrissy. I don't know who's got it. I don't know. I don't even know the channel that's got it. He blatantly said he was a cult. He said it numbers of times. Even when there was in Atlanta, where i.e. Dr. York was. That's why they stumped him out the way they did. It was the white boy that came to them. That's how they got him. I still think that's how they got him. Maybe Natiri had something to do with it. Maybe she did. Who knows? I'm not there, so I don't know. I'm just going by whatever's being shown on social media. So you're speaking all these stuff. You lot do not reflect it. Chris is on point, and those who knows about this cult is on point. If you are reflecting the same image of the same person, like all of you are reflecting the same thing of the same person, you are a cult. Dr. Malachi York, people you dress a certain way, you can tell. I've even seen a couple of them on IG, and I can tell. As soon as they mentioned Tamaray, I said, hold up, wait a minute. Yeah. Yes, it might be on the T or King World. It might be on one of them, but Will's always taking off his channel. So all the stuff, the information that he had back then, some of the information's gone. Where he did on Maisha, where he did on Joy Tory now, who's away from the cult now. It's like, when do you say No, enough is enough. Okay, I'm not saying it's easy to deprogram a person from the cult. No, I'm not. It's not easy. I don't think it will be easy, especially they've been in there for years. But she's trying to say she's not part of a cult. You are part of a cult. Straight down the line, up and down. You, Malia may call herself chiefess because the reason why she's chiefess now, because Velvet left. If Velvet didn't go, she would never have been chiefess. And not only that, she probably holds secrets for him anyway. But he don't love her. He just used to use her body. She was a sex slave. Basically, that's what she was. Then when Natiri come, right, he liked how Natiri flexed or how she looked or whatever, right? And he just wanted to use Natiri. He had them all over Twitter. Those who know, know. Do not get taken in by these people. If you see Carbonation, Eligio, Bishop on any IG, right, and they're begging money on their live, don't give them no money. Please don't give them no money. Because what you're doing, you're feeding a cult. You're feeding them, right? These women do not want to go or do nothing in life. Do not want to do nothing in life, right? I'm 41. I'll be 42 in December. But I still can say I want to make way for myself. You have to leave a legacy. Do you know people always remember me for when I used to do massage? Everybody remembers me when I used to do massage. I've left a kind of legacy outside that even I don't even realize. That's how you leave legacy. That's when you know, right, you're not part of something. You don't have to be part of anything. It's either people take you or they don't take you. That's how it goes. You cannot be... I'm on my soapbox, but well, it is what it is. It's just like, bro, no. Like, you know, when I was her age, I had a baby. I had a whole child. And I went and a Nation of Islam man gave me the final call, and I ended up in Nation of Islam. And I got my ex. I did my process, and I got my ex. I always talk about it. Why? Because that's the first part of the journey. That's how you find yourself. And I'm not saying that it was like that for everybody, because everybody's different. We don't all work the same. We're all different, right? Maybe, right, even a woman in weave knows stuff, right? You will know a bubblehead when you see one is what comes out of their mouth. This girl is a bubblehead to me. She's an airhead, a brainless thing. She just repeating. She's like the robot. He's put his hand through her head and she's just talking. That's all she is. Well, she's talking about corporate and all this stuff. You are not. He could have even had land in Puerto Rico. There's a whole family that's from UK and they got land and a whole building in Ghana. What are you doing with yourself? Anyways, I'm done.
To separate us, separating the black man from the black woman, the young woman from the older woman, the young man from the older man, and now we just are in chaos.
Now she's spitting Willie Lynch letter. Come on now.
Individuality, which breeds cancer. It's cool to express your individual nature, but do not allow your individual nature to take away from the collective. Because it's easy to think about just yourself. But thinking about yourself will leave you alone by yourself when you're thinking about, dang, I don't have nobody. The tree has a tribe. The grass has a tribe. The dirt has a tribe. The ants have a tribe.
You have to work on yourself before you can go work with other people. Because then you can enhance the collective. You have to be able to come with something. You can't come to the collective empty-handed. What are you talking about? Give me strength.
Tribe. Red ants and black ants. The monkeys have a tribe. Bonobo apes, gorillas. We have bluebirds. We have cardinals. We have crows. It's so many different tribes, and they function exactly how God's will wants it to. Only the people that, only thing that is part of nature that thinks is not a part of nature is human beings. And Chief Eligio is here to bring that message, and you will never stop him. No, not even if you hate yourself that much that you would like to stop.
The only way, right, he'll get stopped from spouting stuff is if they take away that phone or take away his privileges in jail. Okay? That's how he will get stopped. I don't think they're not watching him, because they're watching him. They're watching him. They're listening to everything. Right? They already said that how he's a danger to the community. He's gone in jail, and for that how he's made a whole tribe or whatever the heck he's doing over there. Right? And I don't really follow everything that you lot is doing right now, because you lot do repeat the same stuff over and over. They repeat this the same kind of the same motion, the same routine. It's never different. And it's like when he finally do go down wherever he's got to go down, you lot will be following him. So as much as Solar is in Mexico running right now, Musa's wherever he is, and True seems to be trying to hold down whatever you think he's holding down, which is nothing. It's like they make us look bad. They make us look bad. For those who work, right, who earn money to pay their bills every single week, they have to deal with that white employee who irritates them, who has to be putting their child in extra daycare just to make ends meet, have to pay the big rent, pay for the lights, pay for the water, make sure they have food on the table, make sure they have clothes. On top of that, some people probably have to have a side winding thing going on so they can have something else going on. You guys do not show that. You don't approve yourself to do that. So I don't know, I'm out of breath now.
The black man for rising to his true divine royal place and position, and then the restoring of the black family. Because once the black family is restored, this whole system that you believe in, this whole fantasy that you believe in.
So does it mean that so black women must put up being beaten up, used like shit, and everything else? Mind you, there is good black men out there, right? I ain't naive to say that there's no good black men out there. There is good black men out there. So I'm not going to write off every single black man that's out there. It's just that Nature Boy was not a good example of that. He wasn't. Okay? You and Solar could have had your own little tribe, and the others could have had their own little tribe. He didn't allow you to do that. But yes, to right, you lot using the black man is God syndrome, which is like similar to the YP syndrome and all that. And it's just craziness. It's just like, come with something, at least. Come with something, right? If you're going to sell me something, sell it to me good, okay?
Will fall and crumble. And nature will be on the side of the meek, the ones that was speaking for nature, not the ones that was ignoring nature. So the chosen ones, I urge you to speak this message, because you must proclaim the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is the mind of God.
Okay, I know people hate about the slavery thing, right? But they used to call what the other people was doing hedonism and all this stuff, and she is basically selling what the oppressor, what people has been fighting against. This is basically what she's doing here right now. Okay. She ain't enhancing, she ain't encouraging, she ain't empowering nobody. Okay? She ain't empowering nobody. Spouting a whole heap of shits, like, for the ones who are book read, who knows of knowledge, when you see this little girl, all right, go into her chat and ask her a couple things and see if she knows the answer. I bet you she'll block you. Because she knows, she just repeating a whole heap of stuff, like, I don't know anyways.
must proclaim this with due emphasis, even when there's trial and tribulation, even when people aren't listening to you. You do it because you know this is what you would do for free. I would sit on the corner. I would sit as a homeless person. I would sit anywhere and speak this message with the camera, without a camera, with people in front of me, without no one in front of me. I will speak this message because this message is what I've been given from the Most High. And it's aligned with me because I am the Most High. I am the tree speaking to you. I am the sun speaking to you. And the Son has come in human form, personified as a living, breathing soul, named as Eligio Bishop. Look up what Eligio Bishop means. Eligio Bishop.
Eligio is legion, okay? And if you haven't learned this already, it means legion. Legion. He is Satan's spawn, okay? He's Satan's spawn. There's nothing godly about him. Nothing at all godly about him. Right? He's gone around he's made a whole reputation of beating up women. And I repeat, beating up women, not giving you lot food to eat, starving you lot out, getting all the money. He be living good and you lot be living like I don't even know, like POWs, okay? But that's okay, isn't it? That's okay because the black man is God. No, for you to get that title or whatever you're dealing with, you need to prove yourself. Where you can have them titles. He gave himself that titles. He gave himself the Messiah. He gave himself the Chief. He gave himself what's the next one? He had some Egyptian one. He had so many names. The last one here that he went out with was the Free God, right? The Free God. It's like everyone's waiting for that leader to drop down out the sky and come and help them and all that. You have to save yourself. You have to save yourself. Yeah, so big up to the people who's working and doing their thing and doing their hustle. Keep hustling. Because fools like this don't show the young ones anything. Don't show them nothing. Right? She's not the personification of a warrior. Yes. Right? She's not. She's none of that. Because at the end of the day, right, she had to worship a man, right? You can be in a relationship with a man and you don't have to deal with him like on them levels like they were dealing with him. That's just ridiculous at the end of the day.
Counts in numerology as a 3. The chosen one. Bishop, the archbishop with very high eyebrows. The elected archbishop, the anointed one to speak.
The archbishop who used to go and be what is known as a pedophile in the Vatican.
The divine ordained ministry of God in the body of Christ is a bishop. This was the name he was given, not by his parents, but by an adopted person, someone that has adopted him. Now tell me that's not a program that you can see and say your words and be like, oh yeah, I'm that nigga. So study thyself, because that's the only reason.
I hate the N-word so much. I don't know why. I'm sorry, Americans. I know you lot love using it, but I can't deal with it. I'm sorry. I can't. Because I know that it's low vibrational. Is I know you like earning it and all that, but no.
This is why we're here. Everything else is trying to distract you from the purpose, the trials and tribulations, the hurt, the pain, the isolation, the lack thereof, the illusion of thinking you need control, the illusion of driving and getting a job and working for money, the illusion of children, the illusion of a relationship. All of this is a distraction from.
And that's why he said to you lot, and you lot listen carefully now, that family, children, work is an attachment. Right? But Mariah Lynn went and killed her mother because of that. What she was told in Carbonation, that her mum is an attachment. I've only been watching half of me. I can tell he's yes, very medic, very, very. We know she's smoking or doing something behind the scenes. Her theory is very, 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 very. Like, she has no sense of anything. She just spouts whatever he taught her. High trips. She just spouts whatever he taught her or whatever she was told or whatever. That's what she does on a regular. And people still feed their pockets. When there's people out there doing proper work and their pockets, and they don't even help people like that, but rather feed scammers like this. She is a scammer. Malia is a scammer. Efaru. True. Who else? Oh, I remember half of them. Solar. That's the one. Solar. About, whatever. In the live, how many time? I can't remember the time when I put him up. And he's just spouting the most crazy. Like, oh no, but I'm not here. I'm not here to get your money. Yes, you are here to get the money. Stop talking shit.
You doing the true will of God, which is proclaiming the kingdom of God and speaking for nature, and being a true advocate for nature, which is to say, no, you will not take any more of these trees and cut it down. You will live in harmony with these trees, and you will build around these trees your own home. That's having sacred honor and respect. Not poisoning the water is having sacred honor and respect. And until this water is purified in this land, I will not partake in this energy. I will never partake in water.
Go find a job. How about that?
White supremacy. And as long as it's easy for you to run and entertain the white men, that's the white supremacy in you. That's the house nigga in you. Check that house nigga in you. I'd rather be hung like Nat Turner.
Put Nat Turner in your sayings in the whole sentence. Nat Turner. Anyone good at history, folks? Anyone good at history? Nat Turner. He formed a rebellion so that the slaves can be free and all that stuff, because he formed it underneath. He was preaching and stuff till he formed the rebellion. They killed him in such a harsh and bad way. I think they hung him first. I think they quartered him. I can't remember. It was really horrible. Horrible. Okay. Nat Turner is similar. Well, I would say Nani and Kojo kind of throw into a mix there. But there's another one also that also got caught and they dealt with him so severely. You can't be talking about those people. If you was to get in that same situation of that, you'll be pissing yourself. They fought for people to be free. Well, I mean, like, we ain't free, but you know what I mean. You get what I mean, right? Does she even know history? Does she even know what the history of Nat Turner? Don't throw names out you don't know about, Honey Bunny. You don't know, so you don't even mention them. Don't even put them in your vocabulary, because nobody can't touch them. Fred Hampton was only 26, 25 when he died. They stormed his house when he was sleeping. Luckily, the woman wasn't lying on the bed with him. I think she was. I think she got away. They shot him. Black Panthers. What's his name? Huey P. Newton. When they did get him, they killed him and then they propped him up or something like that to make he look like he was alive or something. Lumumba killed him for standing up for people's rights. I can't remember what part of the country he was from. Lumumba. Nelson Mandela nearly kind of there. Don't spout names you don't favor. You obviously didn't spend time in school. I mean, I had a hard time in school, but I learned a lot. And like you learn a lot in school. Some things school don't tell you. When you get older, you learn. You learn, okay? You read books. That's what books are there for. Sometimes it's better to have the hard book than the Kindle most time. Have a book in your hand. This is what miseducation is. Right. Lauren Hill was right. This is miseducation right here. Right? This is miseducation right here. My children sat and watched Nat Turner, and they have an idea of who they are. They have the idea of who they are. They may have had a bit of problems getting to grips with certain stuff, but once they got to grips with certain stuff, they have that greatness of them, because people that's come before you fought for you to do so. You will not be hanging off a tree. They used to hang men, women, and children off a tree. Timberlands. Oh my gosh, don't even bother start me on the history lesson, man. Don't even bother to start me on the history lessons. I don't even want to start on the history lessons right now. This girl was really bad, really crazy. Like Timberlands. We all know what Timberlands is about. She's talking about trees and da 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 da. If we go to certain parts of America, I can't remember what part, Timberland somehow he have the tree there on the Timberland, the tree. I'm not going to go into it. For those in the know, who know, okay? So she's just spouting names like off the top of cuff of her head or whatever. She spouted the Willie Lynch letter a couple times. Now she's speaking Nat Turner. Nat Turner was against all that shit. He was against all that and a lot more. He formed a rebellion in America. I think it's America. Can't remember. Anyway, let me just let this play. God, Jesus. I'm talking too much.
I love myself. I hope you start to love yourself too. To love yourself is to understand thyself. Love is understanding. Have understanding for one another. Stop thinking about yourself and think about yourself in a way that's greater for everyone else. I love myself. Peace to the gods. You can't stop the...
Lord have mercy. I don't want to hear you sing. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I don't want to hear you sing, girl. I don't want to hear you sing. Anyways, I forgot to put this under reaction. I forgot. I was just gonna play it, but you know how it goes. Anyways, thank you for passing through. This girl, not only is she medic, she needs to go to her family. She needs to get off of social media, close down the phone, whatever she got to do. Stop spouting for this idiot, because right now he's like, oh, Zoca, because she got praise from Eligio, so now it's gone to her head. So now she decided, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a download. Yeah, okay. So yes, thank you, peoples, for passing through. I'm trying my best not to react to these people, but you know how it goes. Anybody who reacts to certain peoples, they know how it goes, right? You just try to mind your own business over there. And then you come and someone says, oh, no, take a look at this. And then you're here looking at this fool talking the most rubbish about we are not a cult. You're a cult. That's it. You're a cult. You're a cult. You're a cult. She's a cult. She's a cult. Okay? Faith, whatever he calls her now, she was called Zoca. Now she's AKA Faith. Do not follow her. Do not follow her. Okay? Do your research on Carbonation, people. Carbonation, the tribe. They did a lot. If you're not following certain channels who's reacting on who's been reacting on their rubbish, right? Then because he's in prison, they're still putting out his stuff. Okay, so yeah, okay. I'm gonna come off before I throw the laptop because she's really gets on my nerves. Okay. So thank you for passing through, Professor X. So Alma, Sherry, Chris Cypers. Let me see a transcript. Blue Ray. Renee, Blue Renee. Chrissy. And Trips. Thank you all for passing through. I'm gonna have to put reaction in the title because I think I reacted to this child right now, and I didn't even I normally get it wrong, my reaction. I go into speech mode and I can't help it. So I'm not going to go on and start waffling. I'm gonna go off. I'll see you next live. Like if any of these ones show up their stupid little heads out of the ground. Um, yes. So with that being said, I'll see you later. Bye.